I'm sure you've heard somewhere down the line in math class, geometry class, or just somewhere out there that tangent of theta is equal to sine of theta divided by cosine of theta. But do you actually know why this is? Why is this actually the case? Well, that's what we're going to take a look at in this video today. And to start things off, I'm going to introduce you and let's go back to a topic called the unit circle. So let's suppose I have a coordinate plane with an x and a y axis. Now I'm going to draw a unit circle, which is a circle that has a radius of 1. So I know it doesn't look like that right here. I technically have 2 blocks, but just think that this radii is 1 unit. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to form some angle theta. I'm going to take that resting position and I'm going to move somewhere theta degrees counterclockwise on that unit circle. So that's the resulting angle. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to drop a perpendicular line from where the radius intersects the circumference. So let's zoom in and I'm going to drop a perpendicular line right there. So now this is a right triangle. And right triangles really mix in well with trigonometry. So let's start. To get to this point up here, in general, we need to travel some x units to the right and some y units up. So, again, that's the radii, and that since it's the radii and it's a unit circle, that blue side is just going to be 1. And that green dot up there can be represented by the coordinate x, comma, y. So that means that the side lengths, the legs of this right triangle are x and y. So from here, we can just use SOHCAHTOA and our trig ratios. So what we find is that sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So the opposite side to theta is going to be y, and the hypotenuse, since the radii is 1, is just going to be 1. So sine of theta is equal to y over 1, which we just simplify as y. Now, what's cosine of theta? Recall that cosine of theta is the ratio of the triangle's adjacent side divided by its hypotenuse. So the side adjacent to theta here is just x. And since, again, the radii is 1, the hypotenuse is going to be 1 in this scenario too. So cosine of theta is just equal to x over 1, which is just x. Now let's try finding tangent of theta. Remember that tan is the opposite side divided by the adjacent side. So tan of theta is equal to y, which is the opposite side to theta, divided by x, which is the adjacent side to theta. So we can say that tan of theta is equal to y over x. Now those are the main trig functions or ratios of theta here. And if I just isolate them, you can find a really cool trend here, which is that since we said y is already sine of theta and x is cosine of theta, we can simply substitute those values in here, meaning tan of theta is equal to sine of theta divided by cosine of theta. And that's the reason why this works. It all goes back to the unit circle. So that's the main thing I want to look at here. It's just the journey of the unit circle and how basically 99% of trigonometry just comes from the unit circle. And that's going to be the end of this video. There will be a Christmas special coming out, so make sure to vote down on that poll if you haven't. And that is it for this video. I'll see you guys next time.